there was a faith healer that came to school. And all my friends wanted me to go, and I did not want to go. I just thought, not that I didn't believe God could heal me, but I'm just not very excited about being in front of a lot of people. But everyone said I should go, so I prayed and prayed and prayed and go there. And then I'm in the front row because somebody led me up there, and then they kind of dragged me sort of up on stage, and the guy says, "What can I do for you?" And I said, I polio, arms and legs are weak. And so basically he prayed for me, and I nothing changed. And he basically said, "You don't have enough faith.
It's your fault."
Yeah. He said, "If you have enough faith, I'm going to be somewhere else close by in a few days. So get the faith you need and come back, and I will heal you."
So let's talk about that. Talk about the way you understand faith in God and the potential of your healing. Because I hear that and I think, what a cruel thing to say to this young lady. Talk to me about how you put that together. Robust faith in God, yet here you are still suffering the consequences of polio.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because one thing that happened when I was younger, which is kind of wild, is I could not walk without braces. So even after I learned to walk, I had these braces, small ankle braces. And a faith healer came to my parents' house, but it was just my parents, somebody from visiting to their church, and anointed my feet with oil and said, "In the name of Jesus, I command you to walk." And I walked without braces that day. And the doctors said I would never walk without braces. And I still technically, like if you do a muscle chart, I don't have enough muscle to walk. So I saw God do something amazing. I still remember feeling the carpet with my bare feet, which I had never, ever done because I needed braces. So my frame of reference is God can heal. But that wasn't like this big fanfare thing. That was just my parents in our house. And the way that man prayed, now I don't remember his prayer, but it was more like, "Lord, you can do this. So we're just submitting this to you." And I was struck by this guy at Virginia who was like, "I can do this. I can heal you if you get enough faith." And that really shattered me for a while. When I got home, I thought, do I not have enough faith? So I went back and forth between thinking this man was horrible
Charlatan, yeah.
and it was his fault, or something was wrong with me and I didn't have the faith. And so I really went back and forth a lot until God kind of revealed to me or just comforted me with, "I'm the one that heals. And if I want you to be healed, you'll be healed. And if I want you to have whatever you have, then you will continue to have it."
Yeah, I think also you really do picture this. Often our theology of, let's say, suffering and healing is just too simplistic. Am I healed or am I not?
Yeah.
My parents went out to California. My mom was suffering from diabetes. It was just a very, very big deal for her. And she went to a church that the pastor was a faith healer, and he said, if you have faith, you'll just flush your diabetes medicine down the toilet and you'll trust God. You have the miracle. You just have to have faith for the manifestation of the miracle. So my mom did that and ended up in horrible, horrible pain. She was having diabetic neuropathy, which means the capillaries in your extremities begin to die and you can't get blood to your extremities. And because of that, the body screams pain, 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 pain. My dad finally says, "I am taking you to an emergency room. You are going to die." And she was laying on the examining table and being examined by the physician that was head of the department that would address diabetes. And she was crying on the table. I was believing God for a miracle. I was believing God for a miracle. If only I had more faith. And this is one of those moments where God puts words into people that aren't believers. He said, "Lady, if you're looking for a miracle, you got a miracle. Your God has heard your prayer. There's no medical explanation for why you're still alive. You've been 3 or 4 weeks without your medication. You should be dead. And that story makes me think that God is working and intervening and restraining in ways that may not be I'm totally healed or I'm totally not. And we discount the presence of God in our lives and the way that he works, whether that is something happens with your ankles, that's very obvious, or my mom, that wasn't obvious to her, but that was what gave her comfort. God's with me, and he's done something for me, and he's been answering my prayers all along. Now, I just need not to go back to that church.
Yeah.
Yeah, the perspective can often be, heal me, God. Heal me the way I want to be healed, not the way that you want to be healed. Which reminds me of your mom's story. I prayed that you would be whole. So I thought this, but then you were actually whole, and I didn't even know it then.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's beautiful.